Okey je. Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Hi, today I think this is my first session for 2022. Okay, first of all, today we are going to focus on the topic of skimming and scanning. But before we moving on, let me introduce myself a bit. For those who are new here, allow me to introduce myself. Okay, my name will be Noorzailatil Akmar binti Muhammad Zain, and I am from Sekolah Menengah Tahfiz Al-Quran Jaim Cedera. It will be in area of Jasim, okay, all boys school, and I am actually not from Melaka, and I am from Kelantan actually. I'm currently teaching Form 3, Form 4 and Form 5, and this year marked 10th year of my teaching career. My hobby will be hiking, listening to music, watching TV and spending me time. But above all, my top priority is here, spending me time. I love to spend time by myself, especially during weekend. But since we have program today, so here I am with all of you. Okay, moving on. Okay, this will be the content of what we are going to do today. Basically, my session will be divided into 3 sections. The first one, I'll share with you about skimming. And second, I will be focusing on the scanning technique and applying the technique. Okay. The goal of today's session is for you, by the end of the session, the students, the pupil, will be able to use or apply the skimming and scanning techniques, especially in your reading exercise or in reading exam. Okay, but first of all, before we move on to the next slide, I would like to ask you a question. Can you read everything given to you in your test exam? Is it possible for you to read everything within 1 hour 30 minutes? If you can, then it will be good. But most of my students, they always say that they do not have time to read everything. Thus, to tackle the problem, you need to practice using scanning and skimming. That is what we are going to do today. All right. Let's go to the first part of my session today. Okay, it is skimming. What is skimming? I know you have come across this term before. I believe your teacher has actually introduced you to this technique. This will be some kind of revision just for you to jog your memory a bit, okay, for you to reapply the technique. Okay, what is skimming? Skimming is actually a type of reading where you need to read only to get the main idea of the text. Okay, remember, main idea. Okay? Let me quickly write it here for you. Main idea. It means that you read to get the main idea of the text only. And for your information, skimming is actually very quick to do. You can do it in short time, short minute. Okay, the goal of reading skill, the goal of skimming techniques is for you to quickly get the general idea of the text. Okay, general means the main idea which is not specific. It is not specific. The first thought, the first glimpse of the text when you, especially, for example, when you read the headline, the title, the first thought that come across your mind, that is the general idea. Okay, skimming also allows you or also gives you the overview or the main text of the overview of the text. It means at the first glance of the text, the surface of the text. Okay, if I am if I am talking too fast, do let me know so that I can slow down my pace. Okay, here, skimming, it is very useful, especially for reading tasks or text. Okay, pre-reading. It can be used pre-reading, it means that before you read the task. Or you can actually practice it in your reading if your teacher asks you to just get the gist idea, the surface idea, the general idea. And for your information, skimming does not require a lot of detailed attention. It means that you do not have to read the example or the explanation. You only read focusing on the main point, the title, or the first sentence or the last sentence in the paragraph. And it actually will help you to improve the speed of your reading. Okay, since it does not require detailed attention, so here when you skim over the text, you do not need to understand each and every word written in the piece of passage. Okay, it means that you only focus on certain words which can give you brief idea. No need to read everything, every single word. Okay, you do not need to actually find meanings for the 250 words or 450 words given in your passage, written in your passage. All right. What are some examples of skimming? Okay, here I have image of the examples of skimming, the things that you can skim, skimming reading. Okay, the first one, here we have the newspaper. Okay, newspaper. Okay, at first, when you see newspaper, when you buy newspaper, do you read the whole article straight away? I don't think so. I think the first thing when you reach out for the newspaper is you read the headline, isn't it? The headline actually will give you the first idea of what the article will be about. Yes, good morning, Nur Amira Balkis. Welcome to our session. If you have any question, just straight away post. And okay, just straight away post your question on the live chat, and I will try to respond as much as I can, okay, as possible as I can. Okay, when you read, let me go through here. Okay. When you read newspaper, you go for the headline, and the headline will give you a glimpse of what the article will talk about. The glimpse, the first idea, that is the general idea. Okay, second examples of the material that we can skip reading will be magazine. Okay, for me, when I come across magazine, I will just quickly read the title on the cover of the magazine. Then only I will flip through it and find the article that I find interesting for me to read. If not, I will just read the cover. Okay, then we also have business brochure here. Business brochure will give you the information, the basic information of the service provided at certain institution. And lastly, we also have travel brochure. Especially when you are planning to travel to a place, it will be good if you have travel brochure. It will give you, it will help you to plan the idea of the good place that you can visit. Okay, I need to do some correction here. If you notice, it's stated under my name is stated as MA Ashakiri, but it's actually Sekolah Menengah Tahfiz Al-Quran. Okay. All right. Moving on. When you are doing skimming reading, what do you need to read actually? Okay. Previously, I say that you do not need to read every single word. So, what do you need to read actually when you are skimming reading? When you are skimming? When you are skimming, first, you need to look for the keyword. Okay, the keyword can be in bold. Okay, Nabila Johari, Waalaikumsalam and good morning, welcome. Okay, the keyword or the bold word. And when you are skimming, you might also read the headings or the title. Okay, the title, sometimes in the text, it will provide you with the heading, the title, and you might have the subheading or you might have subtitle or subpoint. Okay, the heading, the subheading, the title, the subtitle, and also the subpoint is actually the thing that you need to focus on when you are skimming. Okay, next one, when you are skimming, it will be helpful if you read the first and the last sentence of the paragraph, or the first and the last paragraph of the text. Okay, here. First, the last sentence or paragraph. Okay, I'll explain why in the next slide later on. Okay. So here, I would like to re-emphasize, for skimming, you need to read or look for the keywords. Okay. The keywords given in the text itself. Okay. And the keyword might come in the bold word, highlighted word, or bold word, italic word. Okay. And you can also focus on the heading, subheading, title, subtitle, or subpoint. And first, last sentence, or first and the last paragraph when you are skimming. Okay. Next question will be, how to use skimming? How do we practice skimming? How to apply skimming in our reading? The first thing when you are trying to apply skimming is you need to read the title. Okay? Why title? Can we skip title? Okay, can we skip title for skimming? If the text did not come with title, then you do not need to read it. But if there is title, it would be helpful for you to read the title first. Okay, the title will give you the main idea of what the passage will be about. Okay, and it can help you to build a mental construct of what is coming in the following sentences or in the following paragraph. Okay, that is why it is crucial for you to read the title if there are any. Okay. Next one, when we are trying to use skimming, we can also, you can also read the introduction paragraph. Introduction paragraph usually is the first paragraph of your writing, in the text. Yes, introduction will be the first one in your writing and also the first one in the text, the introduction paragraph. Okay, the introduction paragraph is an essential part of the text since the goal, okay, here it provides you with the goal, the purpose of why the text is being written, why the text is being published. Okay, the first, usually, the introduction will give you the idea of the purpose, okay, why the text is written. Okay, and when you read the introduction, you might come across another, maybe the first explanation that lead to the purpose of the task, the text, sorry, not the task, but the text itself. Okay, the third one, when you are using skimming, you can also read the heading. Okay, what is the difference between title and heading? Okay, usually title, it will be at the top of your writing. Let's say the title is what? Okay. Okay, let me suggest a title here then. The title is studying. Okay. Studying will be the main title of the article or the text. But soon after, or the following one, it might have heading or subheading. Okay, heading here, it can be ways of studying. First, online study. Okay. Group study. Okay. This, okay, let me use another color to distinguish it. Okay, online study, group study is actually the sub point for the studying, but it actually separate the text or the article into smaller part, which help you, which ease you to understand it one by one. Okay. That is why it is important for you to read the heading if the text provide you with one. Okay. So far, do we have any question? Can you still follow me? If there are no questions, then I will just straight away proceed to the next way of using skimming. Okay. You can read in skimming. You can read the conclusion paragraph. In conclusion paragraph, okay, conclusion paragraph will be the last one. The last paragraph in the text. Usually, conclusion will provide you with the summarization of idea. Okay, it summarizes everything, the points that have been explained in the previous paragraph. Okay, that's why to make it things faster for you, not for you, but for my students, who they tend to read only the first and the last paragraph. And they quickly tell me, okay, the teacher, the text is about this and this. Because when I ask them, because teacher, in the first paragraph, it says this point, and in the last paragraph, it stated this point. So when you actually read the first and the last paragraph, you can actually get the basic idea of it, the gist idea of the whole text itself. Okay. When for skimming, it will be very helpful. It will be good if you read the first sentence of each paragraph. Okay, usually in writing, the first sentence is the topic sentence or the first point for the topic. Okay, let's say the topic of studying. Usually, the first sentence of each paragraph will provide you with the first idea of what the paragraph will talk about or what the point within the paragraph itself. Okay, and the last paragraph, the last sentence in each paragraph, it provides you with the conclusion of the point within the paragraph itself. Okay, within paragraph, not within the text. Okay, carefully here, be careful here. Each paragraph. So when it is in paragraph, it means that it talks about the context in or within the paragraph itself, not in the whole text. All right. Okay, here I have an example. Okay, this is a text that I've used with my student. Okay, the title. Okay, first, when we are doing skimming, the first one that you can refer to, the The first one that you can do is what? Yeah, what is the first step? What is the first way of using skimming just now that I have explained? Okay, yes, the first one is we need to identify the title. Okay, do we have title in this? Okay, this is not the whole text. This is just an extract of it. Okay, do we have title here? Yes. Okay, BT Acne. Okay, this is the title of it. Okay, sorry. The title. Right? So basically when you, okay, based on the title itself, beating acne, I think you can guess that, okay, the text might talk about ways to avoid acne or to stop acne, to prevent acne. I hope you know what is acne. All right? Okay. Now, second one. The second way when we use skimming is, okay, we need to read the introduction paragraph. Okay, introduction paragraph will be referring to this one. Okay, okay, allow me to read it for you. Acne is every teenager's nightmare. Okay, sorry, let me just number it. 1, 2. Sorry. Acne is every teenager's nightmare. It normally starts during puberty or adolescent years. Overnight, one can see some pimple or inflammation on the face. This lowers self-esteem and sometimes it leaves permanent scars on the face. The good news is acne can be beaten. Okay, now we have accomplished the first and second step of skimming. Okay, now since we have read the title, we have read the introduction paragraph, we have completed the first and the second way of skimming. Now, the third way of skimming, which is read the heading or the subtitle. Okay, can you see any? Do you see any subtitle or subpoint or subheading here in this extracts of text? No, isn't it? So let's skip that part. So if there are no subheading, then you do not need to identify one. Okay, let's just moving on to read the moving on to the step number 4. Number 4, which is read the conclusion paragraph. Okay, since it is an extract, not the whole one, so we do not have conclusion paragraph. Okay, so skip that. Okay. Number 5. Way number 5 is to read the first sentence of each paragraph. Okay, so let's focus on the first paragraph first. Okay. The first sentence on the first paragraph says, acne is every teenager's nightmare. Okay, that would be the first sentence of first paragraph. What about the second paragraph? Can you identify the first sentence of first paragraph of this? The first sentence on the second paragraph? Okay, yes. Here. First and foremost, avoid squeezing pimple. Okay, based on reading the first sentence of the paragraph, okay, what is the idea that you get? Do you get any idea once you read the first paragraph? The first line of each paragraph. Okay, the first line on the first paragraph, it might give you the situation. Okay, the what we call the perspective from every teenagers that acne is something that teenagers will hate the most. Not only teenager, but me, I also hate acne. And I do have one. Okay, I do have some on my face now. but I cover it up with foundation, so I hope you can't see it. Okay, then in second paragraph, the first line on the second paragraph said, first and foremost. First and foremost is actually a cohesive devices to show the first idea, the first point. Okay, then it followed by avoid squeezing pimple. Okay, here it gives you the first way of beating acne. Okay, so now just reading the first line, you know that, oh, okay, the first way to beat acne is by avoiding squeezing. So by avoid is for you to avoid squeezing pimple. Okay, okay, you know that. But how? If you have the question how, then you need to go for scanning or deep reading. Okay, that will be step 4. Okay, step 5 for skimming. Okay, step 5 for skimming is to read the last sentence on each paragraph. Okay, the last sentence on each paragraph. Okay, can you identify the last sentence on first paragraph? Yes, I think I should use different color again here. All right. Okay, this will be the last line on the first paragraph. The good news is acne can be beaten. Okay, in contradiction with the first sentence of the first paragraph, okay, it gives you the idea that teenager hates acne. And in the last line on the first paragraph, it gives you idea that acne actually can be prevented. So, it is a good news. What about the second paragraph? Okay, second paragraph. Okay, where is the sorry? Where is the last line on the second paragraph? Okay, here. Okay, ice cubes cause the matter inside the pimple to contract. Contract here is not referring to the contract that you sign agreement with. Okay, contract here means it's reduced in size. Okay, so here it gives you the idea that, okay, the first one in the second paragraph gives you the first way of avoiding pimple is by avoid squeezing pimple. That is the first way. And the last line, it gives you the glimpse of the second or the next idea, the next way, which is by using ice cube. Okay, now you have 2. Yeah, Nur Amira Balkis says, I liked it too. Okay, having ways to prevent acne is the best thing that I've come across with. Okay, ice cube. Okay, sorry. Let me go to paragraph 2 again. Okay, the first way is to avoid squeezing pimple. And on the last sentence of second paragraph, it gives you the idea that you can use ice cube to prevent acne. Okay, so you have 2 here. All right. Let's moving on. Okay, that will be the step for you to use skimming. Okay, do not read the other sentence yet, because now we are in the skimming technique, skimming reading. So you do not need to read everything. If you want to read everything, let's proceed to the second part of my session today, which is scanning. Okay, I hope you love reading, because scanning requires more reading than skimming. Okay, first, okay, so what is, okay, again, I love to ask question. What do you know about scanning? Is it referring to the scanner that you use to scan your document? I hope you do not think that way. Okay, scanning is basically you read through the text quickly, okay, and basically scanning is also a type of reading where you look for a particular piece of information. Okay, particular. Okay, what is the meaning of particular? Okay, particular it can bring the meaning of specific, or you read for what you are looking for the points, for the ideas that you are looking for the task that you need to accomplish. Okay. Okay. Scanning. Scanning is considered as a type of reading or process of locating specific information in the text. Okay, here. Specific. Okay. If you can recall, skimming is for general idea. Okay, for scanning, we are locating for specific information. Okay, if the question asks you to list 3 ways to beat acne, then you need to look for 3 ways. Okay, ways. Okay, so that is the specific things or particular information that you need to identify in the text. Okay, and while scanning, you actually know what you are looking for, what you need to look for. Okay, just as I mentioned previously, when you get your question, you read the question, and you have idea, you know what you have to look for in the text. So you straight away target to that part only. Okay, since you have skimmed everything, since you have skimmed the text prior hand, once you get the question, you focus on detailed information. Okay. Scanning. Scanning is very useful for answering exam type question. Okay. I do not say that skimming is not suitable, but since especially for your reading task, for reading exam, you need to look for specific answer. So when you are required to look for specific answer, it would be best if you will use scanning. Okay, so you do not need to read over the text, to read the text over and over again. Okay, for scanning, it requires more detailed attention to discover facts or information. It means that for scanning, here you might need to read each and every sentence in the paragraph because you need to pay more attention to it. Okay. When you are paying more attention, you will get more information. Okay, pardon my handwriting here. Okay, next, the focus of scanning is more on Lexis and to ignore irrelevant information. Okay, what does it mean by Lexis? Okay, anyone know the meaning of Lexis? Okay, Lexis, vocabulary, words. Okay, here it gives you the idea that Lexis is the system of word itself, the functions of word. Okay, if the word, okay, if the phrase, let's say I give you a phrase, then you know what it is used for. Okay. If I give you a vocabulary, you know the meaning and what is the function of it. Okay, that is what we call as Lexis. Okay, and what? Okay, if you notice, I put here ignore irrelevant information. Sometimes in article or in text or even when you are writing, you tend to put everything, a lot of things to make your article or your writing longer. But since we are only go for information, specific information, so it would be best if you ignore the irrelevant one. If we are asked to find ways of beating acne, So just straight away look for ways to beat acne. Do not read types of acne. Okay? Do not read when acne might appear on your face. Okay? Okay, do not read the type of scar it can leave. Okay, just focus on the way to beat acne only. Okay, if you look for the type of scars, okay, the type of acne, it is considered as irrelevant information for the task of finding ways to beat acne. Okay, understand? Okay, let's moving on to some examples of scanning. The reading material that you can scan or scanning reading. Okay, bear in mind this is just a few examples, but there are plenty of other written material that you can use scanning for. Basically everything. Basically all reading material you can use scanning. Okay, here we have TV guides. Okay. I love to read TV guides when I was a little kid. Okay, at that time we do not have Astro, so we basically depend on TV guide to actually find information of, let's say, I love to watch Korean drama. So I need to know, okay, today what time will this be aired, or on which channel will have Korean drama today. Or if I want to have information of channel 1, the interesting program, interesting show on TV1. Okay, so I need to use TV guide. So I'll look for specific time of when the show will begin. Okay, and this is TV guide. Okay, and if you are frequent to public transportation, okay, you will also be familiar with transportation schedule. Okay. Okay, the timetable of let's say if I want to go back to Kelantan and I need to purchase the bus ticket, so I need to know the first bus to leave from Melaka, or the time available for the bus, for the trip available at what time of the day. How many trips do we have per day? Okay, how many hours to reach the destination? Okay, that is the importance of schedule. Okay, next one. You can also have here. Okay, this is conference guide. Conference guide. When you attended meeting or briefing, they will give you a schedule, okay, to give you the information of the slot, the session, okay, the what each session will talk about, okay, what you are going to experience on each session during the conference. Okay. However, there are the other reading material also suitable for you to use scanning. Okay, while scanning, you also need to look for, while scanning, there are 4 things: search, seek, details, and last, reading. What do you need to search for? Obviously, you need to search for the keywords. Keywords. And what do you need to seek for? You need to seek for information. Okay, then detail. We have the word detail. Okay, detail here refer to, again, more specific information. More specific information. Sorry, I cannot write everything prior hand into the slide because it will make my slide become a bit crowded. So I choose to just scribble it for you here. Okay, detail is where you need to look for more specific information. Yes, first you have seek for information, the prior information, then look for the detail of it. Okay, now focus on the last keyword here, less reading. Okay, you might wonder, this is reading task, so can we do less reading? Okay, less reading here means, okay, you do not need to read one word, okay, word by word. Okay, you need to look for the keyword, the specific information. Okay, this is basically to tell you that you need to do more searching. More searching. If you read everything one by one, word by word, it means that you, yes, you are searching, but it will actually take you a lot of time to finish everything. Okay, and it will actually shorten your time to answer question. So for scanning, it is basically less reading but more of searching information. Okay, how to use scanning? Okay, for scanning, we only have 3 steps. Okay, the first one is, as I mentioned, whatever it is, we always need to go back to the keyword. Okay, okay, keyword. Okay, the first keyword is the keyword in the question. Sorry, the keyword in the question. I know, basically, my student, when they receive the question set, they will read the question first. They do not read the text first, but instead, they go for the question first. Yeah, because when they read the question, they know what they have to look for. Okay, that's why the first step is you need to underline the keyword in the question. Okay, remember, question. That is my way of with my student. But your teacher might have different approach, and every approach given by your teacher is good. It's right. But here I share what I did with my student. We go for the question first. Okay, so once you identify the keyword for the question, next one, you need to identify the keyword within the text. Okay, within the text. Within means in the text. Okay, so remember, first question, next refer to the text. Okay, when you know what you're looking for, it will be easy for you to identify it in the text. Okay, and for scanning, okay, since we have skim the text before and after each keyword. Okay, let's say you have find the keyword of ways to beat acne. So it would be good if you can take a minute to skim, to read through the the text before and after the keyword. Okay, it will be helpful for you because it might help you to give more specific detail. Okay, yeah, this will be very helpful for you in gap text. Okay. All right. Again, scanning. Okay. For scanning, I will give you the same example, the same extract of paragraph, the extract of article. Okay, the title is again Beating Acne. Okay, if you still remember, in skimming, we have identified the topic, the first and the last line on each paragraph. Okay. 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 The purple one, the purple scribble is referring to the points that we have identified in skimming. So now, since we are talking about ways to beat acne, so let's look for more specific one. Let's go here. Okay, let's go to each line, each sentence. Okay, in the first sentence, in the first paragraph. Okay, yes, obviously it is nightmare. It normally starts during puberty or adolescent year. Is there any, sorry, why I use, let's use contradict color here. Right. Okay, normally start during puberty or adolescent year. Is there any idea of beating acne, ways to beat acne in the second line? No, right? So, no. Overnight can see some pimples or inflammation on the face. No, right? So, no. Okay, this lowers self-esteem. Sometimes it leaves permanent scar on the face. Okay, scar, self-esteem, inflammation. This is what we call as irrelevant information. Irrelevant information because it did not relate to the task of finding ways to beat acne. Okay, the good news is acne can be beaten. Okay, here, this last sentence of the first paragraph, okay, actually tells you that okay, the next paragraph will speak, will expose, will reveal the ways to beat acne. But in the first paragraph, there is none to it. Okay, the first line, first and foremost, avoid squeezing pimple. Okay, this is the first way. Okay, next one. The bacteria on your hand can lead to more blemishes and possible scarring. Is this the information that we need, or is this irrelevant information? Okay, again, this is an IR. Okay, similarly. Okay, similarly, this is also cohesive devices to add ideas. Okay, this one, cohesive devices, CD, okay, to add ideas. So, if you come across cohesive devices, it means that there might be information that, okay, similarly, avoid touching your face. Okay. Okay. This is the second way of beating acne. Okay. Next one. You can get rid of pimple. Okay. Beat, rid, avoid. Beat, rid, avoid. Okay. These are the keywords that will help you to specifically identify ways to prevent acne. So, which color should I use here? Okay, green. Get rid. Get rid means beat acne. So, the following one is, okay, here. Wrapping an ice cube in a washcloth. Okay. Okay, wrapping ice cube. Okay, wrapping ice cube will be the third way of beating acne. It's morning, Lin Mafia. A pleasure to see you here. Okay. Okay, so basically there are 3 ways to beat acne in second paragraph. Okay, first you identify the keywords of beating. The keyword is beating acne. Okay, avoid. Okay, get rid. Okay, that will be it's actually synonym. Okay, and to identify idea, you can also identify cohesive devices. Cohesive devices, yeah, first and foremost. Similarly. Okay, that is why it is important for you to use or to learn cohesive devices. Inshallah, in our next session, I will explain about maybe cohesive devices or synonymous word. Okay, so far, I hope you are still able to be with me. Okay. Okay, this will be the last part of my session, which is applying the technique. I hope we still have time. Okay. Huh? 10 minutes. Okay, my technical guys say we only have 10 minutes, but bear with me if I drag it a bit. Okay. I have explained to you about skimming and scanning. So it's time for us to apply the technique. Okay, let's try. Okay, first of all, this will be the question. Okay, this will be the question. Okay, okay. My style is I ask my student to read the question, not only the text. So, let's try on my way. Yeah, let's try on my way here today. The question is, in paragraph 1, how did music affect the writer? Okay, Nur Amira Balkis, kat mana nak isi link kehadiran? Okay, the technical guy will actually give you the link later on, or maybe it is in the description. You can check out the description. I'll confirm it later with you. Okay, let's reread the question. In paragraph 1, how did music affect the writer? Okay, in paragraph 1, what is the keyword? Sorry, in question 1, the keyword is, first, it asks you to focus on paragraph 1 only, and how, ways music affect the writer. Okay, yeah. Okay, that would be the keyword. Okay, the keyword answer. Okay, okay, and it will be good if you read through the choices of answer. Okay, A, it made him sing. B, it changed his ability. C, it changed his feelings. And D, it made him strong and steady. Okay, these is sing, ability, feeling, strong and steady. That is the keyword that you need to remember when you are reading the text later on. Okay, shall we read the text now? Okay, let's go. Okay, this is an extract from the question of diagnostic test that I did with my student. Okay, let's read the text together. Okay, first, skimming technique. The first sentence and the last sentence. Okay, skimming, right? Skimming technique. Okay, skimming technique is stated that ever since I was a small child, I have loved music. Okay, it means that the writer actually loved music ever since he was a kid. She or he was a kid. And at the last line, okay, it says that melodies have the ability to affect my mood. Okay, on first and last line, do you see any keyword related to the question? Okay, I think you might come across affect, ability, and then mood. Okay. Sorry. All right. Now we are focusing on the detail. Okay. Have you find the answer? If not, let's go for the detail. Okay. First, let's identify the irrelevant one. Okay. Irrelevant one. The quote. Okay, this is IR, irrelevant. Okay, the sound, the strong, steady beats. Starting drum, interesting. Okay, This one is, again, IR, talking about the beat of the music. It does not affect the mood yet. Okay, but, okay, here, and. And is conjunction. Okay, is it in conjunction? Okay, here, entrancing music coupled with lyric. Means that interesting music combined with good lyric. Okay, here, heartwarming, heart-wrenching. Heartwarming, heart-wrenching, it means that it actually, it can make you feel sad, it makes you happy, it can put you in a good mood, okay, or it might spoil your mood. Okay, here it started to give you the idea of affecting your mood. Okay, mood feeling is actually relatable. Okay, here it has again another keyword of unexplainable effects on my life. Okay, so based on the things that we have highlighted or circled, I believe you managed to get the answer for this question. Okay, what do you think? Which one is the answer? In paragraph 1, how did music affect the writer's life? How did music affect the writer? Okay, do we have, is there any mention of singing in the text? No. Okay, does it change his ability? No, but even though there is a keyword of ability being mentioned in the paragraph, but it is not specific of what ability is it. Ability to sleep better, ability to walk faster. So this is ambiguous. So no. Okay, it changes his feelings? Yes, Shah, no. Good. See, it changes feeling. Okay, we are talking about heartwarming, heart-wrenching just now, isn't it? So, heartwarming, heartwarming, heart-wrenching, mood. Okay, so C might be the answer. Okay, let's look at D. It made him strong and steady. Okay, this is no way mentioned in the text. So no. So we only left with C. Yes, Shah, you are on point, Zach. Okay, congratulations. Okay. All right. Before I end my session, do you have any question? Is it my explanation clear with you? Okay, for your information, the link for your attendance has been provided in the live chat. So make sure you fill in your attendance for today. Okay, don't forget to do it. Okay, if you do not have any question, allow me to. Oh, okay, that is it. Good, Amira Balkis. Okay, if there are no questions, let's call it a day for the session. And inshallah, I'll see you in our next session. Thank you, Shah, for your response. Clear, Alhamdulillah. I hope it will be very useful for all of you. Okay, just to summarize everything. Okay. Oh, no, not thank you yet. Allah. Okay, just to summarize everything. Okay, skimming and scanning make the most significant difference in your reading. Why? It is because it helps you to understand the overall concept of the text, and at the same time, it helps you to identify the information needed only, so that your attention will not be swayed from by reading the irrelevant one, and you can actually save your time to quickly answer the other question, and you also have time to revise your answer later once you finish complete everything. And okay, before I leave, I would like to request, okay, if you find the session interesting, don't forget to hit the like button, share and subscribe. And after this, you have another session with another teacher. Make sure to stay tuned. And it is my honor to emphasize that this free online tuition is sponsored by Majlis Datuk-Datuk Negeri Melaka in collaboration with Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Melaka and Pejabat Pendidikan Negeri Daerah Jasin. So make sure to stay tuned for our next session and for tomorrow. Then till then, see you. Okay, Assalamualaikum and thank you very much.